The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Bud Dupree has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It's a loss of 8. Makes it 3rd and goal.
57's left. That's trash. Check 9.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Through an opening, and there he goes. And it's a touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, Oftentimes, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Back to throw. Open man is Holmes. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Fighting his way through contact. A very solid gain of 27.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10, down at the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Rush in.
2nd and 14. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what. His head frustrated right now behind center.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Hines. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. The Colts send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And the Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now this time he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Maxwell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. On first down, Hines. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point up and through. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over first and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On third down, Jackson looking for Campbell downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 76 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Hatch it. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, go. Ship. Safe. Jump off.
They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, it's Hines. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down.
On the double. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
From the gun, Jackson. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long time.
Now they try the right side here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Let's go now. Look at me. Go, now.
He can run for it, and he will. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
He may try and run for this. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Set.
The Browns' drive about to get started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Airing one out deep for Holmes here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Let's go, check 6 guys.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Maxwell. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now they'll run it on the toss. Space to maneuver at the 40. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go, D. Kill. 22, Jet Bomber. 22, Jet Bomber. Go. Watch out. Tight dog. Orbit.
Back to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I'm coming after you.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
Let's go. Let's do this. Down. 90 Wolf. X3. 218 chopper. Shoot.
On first down, Hines. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
There he goes left side. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll try and start this drive in the air, and that'll be incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
57. Mike, 57. Down to lose one. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. He don't know. Hey, check 24. Check 43.
Now back to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returning, it's Benjamin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. 61 Matchbox Lights.
Check hot route.
Fire.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Jackson now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jackson. That's going to be caught. And touchdown. Paris Campbell, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Ready. Not a good. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Defense.
They'll drop the throw. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, 30 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
2nd and 4. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Complete to number 32. Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second
and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run with Hines. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
They run again with Hines. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball in the option, but not there. I mean, you just saw exactly why many old NFL coaches would say, don't use your quarterback in the running game.
Now Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Check.
Here's Bell. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it with Hines. He's got the first down inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call.
Ready up. Hard.
Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten.
Stepping up, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Hines. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Wide open receiver complete. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now they'll run it on the toss. Finding room inside the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
field. Hurry, hurry.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You can't block me.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. They begin the drive with Hines. He's got a first down past the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can buy